Good afternoon. It is July 16th, 2025, and today we have this range that looks like it's going to close. It looks like we will have a range that closes near its high, but a lot can happen in the last 30 minutes, obviously. Well, hour and a half. Um, but that would make sense. I mean, at the end of yesterday's video, I said look for an early reversal up. You can see uh, if we look at the chart, you did so yesterday after the market reopened we reversed up, but then after the market opened this morning for about an hour and a half it went sideways before selling off. You get the break of this spike and channel down, couple legs up, and then a move to a new low, and then we just reversed, and we reversed very strongly. um, if you see all this, if you notice that there is a gap above the EMA before this strong sell-off, and it kind of looks like after the bear channel yesterday, this isn't a super convincing break of the channel, so maybe you look at this as the break and this as a move to a new low. I think there's reason to consider getting long in here, but it's kind of a gamble, um, especially when this bar closes with tail on top. Um, but anyway, let's take a look at this chart. So 5 o'clock comes, I guess, at the end of this first leg. So I don't think you can buy here going into potential resistance at that trend line. But we do go up, form a second leg, and then we form congestion, and that makes sense. I was looking at going short here just because if you look at the larger time frame, so this is the 2700 tick chart. On the 6500 tick chart, we were so far away from that EMA. And if you look to the left, it just doesn't seem reasonable that we would just keep going higher unless we pulled back to the EMA first. So I think it's very reasonable to look for a pullback there. And when we get this sideways stuff, it's such a tight range. It doesn't look like there's any bias to it one way or another. So breaks out, pulls back. I like getting short on limit orders up here if you think it's gonna, reverse down, or you could take this breakout pullback. Not the greatest signal bar, but reason enough to get short. Let's draw this. Looks like it's a channel. Yup. Get a slight overshoot that has us going sideways, price going sideways, and then we get a break, pulls back to the EMA. Can you take this short? I don't think you should. This looks like a range to me. It does go lower, and then we bounce. And here, let's draw this. We go lower, probably hit a measured move, we bounce, and then we come back into the range, breaks out to the high side, fails, breaks out to the high side again, fails, and now we form this double bottom. Actually, that's a good place to get long because that's right at the bottom of this range. And this forms a broad bull channel. We go higher, a nice move up before we get a break in. This is just so flip-floppy, I don't think you can really uh, do a whole lot here. I do like this sort of double bottom right here. There's clearly a level of support. If you look at this and look at how much room is back to the EMA, I think that's a good entry. We go higher and then we form this double top and you just get a spike in channel. And if you are just playing this day like a range day, I mean, you can sell with limit orders up here. Very reasonable. Whoops. So we get this spike in channel. I see here that you get a second entry short off of the EMA, but you're in the lower half of the range at that point. I don't think you want to go short. We bounce here, high or low. I don't think you can take these, and it sells off. And again, I think this is kind of a gamble because this, I think seeing it in real time helps too. Like, was this a very strong move? Well, we have a bull bar right here, two bull bodies right here. These bars here aren't big. How does it look on the 6500 tick chart? I mean, it looks pretty strong on the 6500 tick chart. So again, I think it's a bit of a gamble, but as long as you're going for a large reward here, you can take this, and you would have gotten that large reward, whether it's the midline of this range or the top of the range, you would have gotten it. So we formed this bear channel here, and it is a bull flag. So when we break out and test this level of support, maybe you do buy that if you like that, or if you like the bull bar that follows right after, you could consider buying that. And that takes you to the highs before we go sideways and then break out to the high side. So again, there's about an hour and a half until this bar closes on the daily chart, but it looks like we're going to close near the high. So that's one last look at the daily chart. Hope everyone had a good day. I will be back tomorrow.